What is going on, everybody? Hope you're having a good day, and welcome to the Simple Friendly Chat. As I said, welcome to the Simple Friendly Chat. I don't actually know what this is, but you saw the title. I had one word in my mind and I wanted to talk about that word. Not really because anyone asked me to, I just didn't really have a video idea. Thought I'd ramble on for a few minutes and call it content. So thank you very much for watching and give me this watch time. But let's get on with the Simple Friendly Chat, the SFC, if you will. The word is inspiration or inspired, any variation of that word. The shops are closed and stuff. Actually, that's not true. It was the first day of my local record shop opening again, so I went and got 5 records off him because I had a voucher that I got for Christmas and I haven't been able to use it for 4 months. But I did today, so that was pretty cool actually. So a few ways that I like to keep, my music thoughts ticking over and keep thinking about ways that I can improve music is one, just listen to music, even if it's for samples, or sometimes I just throw on a random hip hop record like I've got behind me, or one on the shelf over there, just to hear like what drum sounds they're using, what drum patterns they're using, some cool transition effects and stuff. Maybe even a vocal mix, what sounds they're using, maybe an arrangement thing. That's all stuff that you can kind of almost subconsciously take in and might interpret that into your next beat. And obviously that'll really help over time. If you just listen to music and you know what's out there, it'll help you know what you want to do on the computer or the MPC or whatever you want. When it's listening to samples and stuff, I'm just buying random stuff. So I've never heard of Charlie Barnett, but he's a clarinet. He's some kind of horn player, and I quite like horns and jazz music, and so I just bought that, and I'm listening to it right now. Well, I was before I started filming this video, but you get the point. Another thing I did the other day was I downloaded this app called Jazzed, and it's kind of just a glorified Spotify playlist for jazz and soul, but it just throws on some cool jazz and soul. I'm really into neo soul actually. Some of those songs, and you kind of just listen to it, see what music's out there that you might not have heard before, and I'll just like write them down if I think there's a cool sample, and that can help me. I'll go and search them up maybe, or I can see what other artists that I already have I like them, so I can revisit samples and maybe sample them into the MPC. The second way, and quite an important thing actually, would be to take a break, because sometimes if you're working on something for ages, you get a bit frustrated, from just keep listening to it over and over again. If it's a mix, or maybe you're sampling and the sample isn't working how you might have wanted it to be. So what I like to do is just take 20 minutes, sit on my bed, go get some food, whatever you want really. And, I'll just come back to it. It's the same when I take the break from mixing to mastering. I've been listening to this mix for ages and I think, all right, cool, I like how that sounds. But then if I jump straight into the master, I'm like, oh, I know how it sounds, so I'll just run it through some presets, bang, limiter on. It's loud enough, good, release it, or send it to the guy I'm working with. Really you should take some time and approach it like a whole different song, to do it the next day so that your brain kind of forgets what it sounds like. And when you're mastering it, you can make a few choices if you didn't like how it sounded before, because your brain almost might think it's like a different song, because you might not have heard it for some time. I don't know if you guys get that, but that's what I do. And I find that sometimes it helps to like take a small break and stuff, just to rest your ears as well, especially if you're mixing on headphones, because everyone talks about ear fatigue. And if you've got 2 speakers literally blasting directly in your ears, they get pretty fed up every once in a while, so it's good to just take them off. Going back to the listening to music and stuff thing, another good thing that I sometimes do is just watch TV shows or YouTube videos about beat making. Sometimes watching other people make beats, kind of, I'll think, all right, that's cool, I might want to try and copy the drum pattern they did or something, or copy that style of workflow that they did or something. And also sometimes movies like Straight Outta Compton, the movie, it's probably one of my favorites. It's just super cool to see them like making beats and stuff. Obviously there's like some of the industry stuff in there and the gang stuff in there. I'm super inspired by all the gang stuff in there. I actually shot 3 people the other day because I was so inspired by that movie. But really it's about the beats. Really it is about the beats. No one really cares, and I wouldn't admit to 3 counts of murder on a YouTube video. Oh, rewatched the Defiant ones the other day, and that's just cool to see like Dr. Dre's workflow and stuff, and some of the Wrecking Crew stuff. And it just made me want to like make a beat. So I did make a beat. I'll probably show you guys that next week. But yeah, it's just stuff like that. Just keep your brain ticking over with music stuff. In the Straight Outta Compton movie, they used like the 808 drum machine a few times. So sometimes I'll go and copy one of the beats they made with the drum machine just to kind of use it, keep my music ideas, like, learn how to use the drum machine more. And obviously, even though I'm copying the beat, I'm not going to use it for anything, but just working with music and stuff help keeps your brain ticking over, if you know what I mean, just in terms of keeping your music thoughts going. Another big thing is also collaborating with people. And I know that it's probably hard to collaborate with people because of COVID and stuff. And, quite a lot of the people are across countries. I text people daily who live in America and Ireland, actually. And obviously, they're not, it's different when you're texting somebody to have them like sitting right next to you. You know what I mean? It's harder when they're on the end of an email. So if you can, try and collaborate with people, or just send out your beats to say, yo, take a listen to this, and they might give you an idea if you're stuck with it that you might have not thought of before. And that's cool to just have the kind of second pair of ears listening to it who obviously knows what they're talking about. You don't want one of your friends listening to it. That's a big mistake I made in the early days. They're just going to immediately say it's rubbish, and obviously they don't know what they're talking about. They're not going to give you ways to improve it, are they? So find another beat maker, send it off to them, get their thoughts on it. I'm sure they'd be happy to help out. So I hope you enjoyed this simple, friendly chat. Didn't turn very friendly when I was talking about all those murders, but we'll just gloss over that. Yeah, so I wasn't feeling super inspired. So if you're like a video maker, you make a couple of videos. One thing I just did now was turn my camera and my mic on, sit down, pick a one-word topic, quite easy, and just ramble on for a few minutes and hope people watch it. I am doing proper videos for you guys, so next week, and hopefully you saw the video on Saturday, that'll be linked up here. But that is proper beat making stuff. That's what I love to do. This was just a kind of check in and a simple friendly chat, the SFC. If you want me to keep doing this kind of thing, then maybe in the comments of this video put some one word like words that we can talk about and stuff. That'd be cool. But yeah, thanks for watching very much, even though this probably wasn't a very informational or good topic of video. But yeah, subscribe, because we just passed 600, so big thanks to everyone who subscribed to me and even watches the videos. And yeah, have a good rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one.